Hello, I'm MinetopiaSMP and welcome to Minetopia episode 9. We are so close to double figures, it's actually insane, but we're not quite there yet. I have a lot planned for today's video, so you know what, let's just get straight into it. In between episodes, I have been doing a little bit of work on a few interiors to some of these houses. For example, I've started off with this house. It's not quite done yet, but this is basically going to be where we have our enchanting stuff. I want to have a few like candles about the place and like plant pots, and I need to put a door here because currently they can just walk out. But I'm probably going to be working on these houses off camera just because it may get a little bit boring. I may do one or two on camera, but I won't be spending a whole video on them. Other than that, everything else is pretty much the same as where we left off, so we are going to head straight to the first plan of the video. Just over here, we have a marketplace that is sort of planned out, but I haven't done any work on it whatsoever. So, what I thought I'd do was start off with just building out a few of the stalls, maybe have a cart or two around here, and then once we've done that, we can build up the pathway over to this area, which will then lead over this hill and something over here. I still need to make this area properly look nice. It's really Marley's area. I'm not really sure what he has planned for it. I'm pretty sure he's just moving off further down the island, so we can make this area look really nice later. I don't want to do too much work on the hole today just because we've been doing a lot of work on it over the past few episodes, and even though it may not take up much of the video, every episode I've spent about 4 or 5 hours on it, and I feel like I just need an episode where I have a break. So I'm going to try and keep this episode as creative as possible. Anyway, I'm going to stop delaying this because I don't really know how to build stalls in Minecraft. Let's just get into doing something, I guess. Hopefully this turns out okay. Okay, well, the base of all of the stalls are complete, but they are still missing a few things. We need to get some wool and some carpets for this area here. I just don't seem to have any wool on me, so we're going to have to go hunting for sheep. And then also we have to stock them all up because currently they're all empty and it just looks a little bit weird having everything bare. And then what I want to do is along this area, once I've done the pathway for it all, I will have a few slightly smaller stalls. And I'm also thinking of putting some sort of bell here, because in the end we are going to need a bell for the village, and I figure that this area is probably the best, seeing as then this will count as the town centre. And then obviously we've got to go about the place and put a load of trees, but that's something that we need to do later on in the video. Let's go kill some sheep. Okay, so it is done, and here it is. As you can see, I've given each of the stalls a sort of different thing to sell. So this stall here sells a few different kind of like food, I guess. It's got a few different things. I need to sort out the barrels, but yeah, it's got a few different food types. I'll probably end up decorating this with more when I have more stuff. This is going to be selling things like coal and campfires and things like that. Then we have this over here. I need to get some blaze rods so that I can make a second brewing station thing, and then I'll whack that there, have a few things over here. And then this, I don't really know what to do with it. I tried to place things on top of the trailer, but it doesn't really work out because obviously these are slabs, so the things end up just floating. So for now I've just put these here, and I'll figure out what to do with that in a second. But as a bonus thing, I have been working on the tree back here, and let me say, it is looking quite cool indeed. you may be able to tell for this one, instead of doing my own design, I didn't want it to be like orange like this tree here. I wanted it to be slightly different. So I planted down an azalea tree and grew it, and then I just edited it slightly with a few log things and put some lanterns about the place, bone milled the area, and it looks a lot better than it did earlier. Also, I came back to this farm area that we haven't really looked at for a while, and I replaced the stone bricks with cobblestone, which I think looks better, and now I've planted a few seeds, so they should grow and that area should be looking nice as well. I may end up replacing those seeds with corn instead. That's right, I said corn. With this texture pack, beetroot has been replaced to corn, and corn grows 2 blocks high, so I may put a few bits of corn about the place. I'm not really sure. We'll have to decide on that, whether I want it 2 blocks high or not. The only issue is, if we do that, for everyone else it'll look kind of terrible. Now, lighting up this area is still a bit of an issue. I am going to be working on that as soon as we have everything built. But the next thing I want to do should be quite cool indeed. I do want to work on the massive warehouse going here, but not just yet, because I'll probably have to do that in a time lapse, and I'm not going to just do a time lapse into another time lapse. That would be kind of terrible. In order to do this, we are going to have to head to the hole beneath our base. And yes, I know I said I wouldn't really work on this hole, but don't worry, it's building, I'm not going to be doing any digging, and it's only a short thing that will help us start to decorate the hole, so it should end up being really cool. So then, I have just spent 2 stacks of diamonds on buying a full shulker box of sea lanterns. And you may be able to see where this is going. I'm going to be building a layer of sea lanterns on the floor, and then covering them with tinted glass because it creates this really cool effect, and I think it would look good at the bottom of the hole with a bunch of farms on top of it. And don't worry, I know that it would get rid of lighting, but I searched it up and I'm pretty sure mobs can't spawn on glass, so they shouldn't be able to spawn even though there's no light. But this is a pretty big project, and I doubt that a shulker box of sea lanterns is even going to be enough, so I guess I'll just be back in a second when I've placed all of these. Let's see how long this takes. Well, I have placed down a shulker box of sea lanterns, and here it is. That is not a lot compared to the amount of space that we still need to fill, but it's okay. I have already put in another order, and I've skipped forward a day, so we should be able to collect it now, but it is going to be for a price. But we'll get to that later. First of all, I wanted to quickly talk to you guys about a plan that I had with the hole and see if you enjoy it. So, what I want to do is have kind of like a few vines of leaves going up the walls, and then behind the leaves, in certain patches probably, I'll have some sea lanterns. This basically just lights up the hole so that we can properly see the bottom when it's completely dark, because otherwise it just kind of ruins the point of us digging this hole in the first place. Also, I have thought about it. It shouldn't affect the mob farm because the mob farm's going to be about there, directly in the middle, and I'm pretty sure the light won't be able to travel that far, so we should be all good with that. So let me know what you think. It won't be something that I do anytime soon because it's going to be a mammoth project and I'm going to need a bunch more sea lanterns for it. And we're already doing a pretty big thing for this next load of sea lanterns. Speaking of which, let's head over to the shopping district. Alright, so here we are in the sea lantern shop, and I got told that our order should be in the chest next to Linda, so I'm assuming you're Linda. which, which, which chest is the chest next to you? Oh! I'm kind of stupid. I apologize. I didn't mean to take your clothing. I'm kind of stupid. It's literally in this chest here. We do need to return the shulker boxes, but that's okay. I can easily just take these and whack it in my shulker boxes real quick and then take them back. So let's do that. But now that we've done that, we have to go back and return these shulkers back to their original place. So back to the shopping district. Back to the shopping district again, I guess. Well, they are back in their home, but I haven't actually told you guys what my payment for them was. So the payment is something a little bit unusual. As I'd already paid 2 stacks for the first shulker box, I was running pretty low on diamonds. I need to keep them to buy other things. So I thought I'd come up with a little bit of a deal and sort of say to Chazzy that I would do basically any task for him. Whatever he wanted me to do, I would do it. And he's asked me to check out his bee farm at his base and see what the hell is wrong with it, because currently it is broken and he can't figure out why. This is certainly going to be an interesting part of the video. Oh my lord, I haven't been here in a long time. It is looking very good, and my guesses are this is his bee farm. My assumptions are that all the farms are in each bee. They seem to be. Why has he done redstone out of dirt? Alright, well, it's been about an hour and a half. I've had like 3 close deaths, so that kind of sucks. And I've come to the conclusion that he's just gonna need a new farm design. There are lots of things wrong with it. For some reason, the hopper minecart is screwing it up from detecting any signal from the beehive. And also it's locked up, so it's not putting the items into the other hoppers. And then also on top of that, the signal not being sent is then messing up everything else, and the dispensers just aren't working either. Basically everything's locked up. I've looked at the 3 different designs and they're built like they are in the tutorial, so I have a feeling the tutorial is just out of date or something. Or it just doesn't work on the server. I'm not really sure, but there we are. Looks like we're gonna have to be paying the diamonds instead. Alrighty then, here we are. I can't actually remember what price I agreed for. I think it was just a stack, but I'll give 2 stacks, like, so that it's a stack for each shulker box. I feel like that's fair. There's the diamonds, and that should be everything paid for. It is unfortunate that I couldn't fix the bee farms, but I'm not the best at everything, and because it's a design I'm not used to, it's a bit of a weird one, so it's quite difficult to figure out what the issues are. If it was a normal bee farm, we maybe would have had a bit more success. So now I guess what we're going to do is just go back to placing all of the rest of these sea lanterns, and that should cover the rest of the floor, so that we can finally get on placing the glass on top. I don't quite know how I'm going to pay for the glass on top because I don't have any diamonds, but we'll get to that issue later on. And here we are, the hole is filled with sea lanterns, and oh my lord, that looks really cool, I'm not gonna lie. But it's not done yet. We still need to, oh, I'm really dark. We still need to add all of the tinted glass to make it look even cooler. So, in order to get that, I am going to have to buy some amethyst shards from the shopping district. And they're not even like properly for sale. No one properly set up the shop. They're just kind of there. So I guess I'm going to just make up a price. I'm also going to have to get just over 2 shulker boxes filled with glass. So this is going to take a while, but we are going to do it anyway. I want to get this done by the end of today's episode. So let's go. And I guess I'll just cut forward when I've got everything, because this is probably going to take me a day or 2. Actually, I just completely and utterly lied. Unfortunately, we have just run out of recording time for this video. Usually, I would have a lot longer to record, so I'm sorry that this video is quite short compared to usual. But I'm about to go on a 1-week holiday, and I need to get this video edited and scheduled to upload at its usual time instead of waiting an extra week to upload it. So, in the next episode, we will be covering this area with tinted glass, and we will be building the massive warehouse hangar that goes on top of our base. And we may even build a few ships and stuff around our base as well. So make sure you are subscribed with notifications on so that you know when that comes out. Also, every other week I do upload some little modded or challenge videos out with a few other people, so make sure you're looking out for those as well. I'm doing alternated weeks for Minetopia and those sorts of videos, so it should be really fun. Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed the video. Goodbye!